Hello everyone, welcome back to my farmhouse sewing room and quilting studio. I'm Marnay, and today I want to tell you about my works in progress, things that's been going on in the last 2 weeks. I've been a busy girl. So yesterday we had Stash Bash with my local quilt guild, and we got rid of a lot of fabrics and things, and I've been gearing up for the last 2 weeks for this big sale that we had. And yesterday, I have to say, it was really successful. At least I think it was. We had a lot of people that came through, and all of us at the guild cleaned out our sewing rooms and got rid of fabrics and things that we no longer wanted or didn't use. And we got to shop each other's stuff, and it was really fun. So first off, I would like to kind of show you what I've done, what I've made this week. But I think I'd like to start off with showing you. Let's see. We'll start with this first. My friend gave me a pattern for a frog. So I'm going to start off with this guy. I call him Freddy Frog because he's really cool. And my friend gave me a pattern, and it wasn't really that great, and I didn't like it, so I decided to draw my own. So this is kind of what I came up with, and when I perfect this, maybe I'll share it with you, but for now, I've just made this little frog. He has a yellow body, a yellow belly, and a green body, and he's pretty cool. And my pattern had like webbed feet. Well, I made little fingers on him, so he's just really cool. And I just took some felt and some fabric and some marker and made little eyes, and I stuffed him with rice. So this is kind of like a rice bag. And you can heat it up in the microwave, or you can put it in the freezer and chill it, and you can, put it on your shoulder, if you're sore, your aching body. I don't know. He's just really cool. He's fun. Kids like him. My sister Glenda had made a few of these in the original pattern, and she gave them to her granddaughters when they love them. So this is just an idea that might be up and coming. If you like him, let me know. Maybe I can come up with some kind of a pattern. Like I said, he was an experiment, but he was really fun. So just a fun thing I wanted to show you. And another thing, I don't know if a lot of you have watched my bear video. I know it's long, but I'm really obsessed in making these bears, and I wanted to show you this one. I had some minky fabric that I'd had for a while on my shelf, and I had just a half a yard, which is pretty much what it takes to make these bears. And this is a sculpted minky pink. And I made this beautiful bear. I love her. I think I want to keep her. I took her to the Stash Bash just to see if anybody would get interested. A lot of people loved her. But and I did her some different colored foot pads out of my stash. The back is very forgiving where I sewed. So I've always said I'm not the greatest hand sewer, but she looks really nice. And I tied a nice little yellow plaid bow on her neck to kind of match the little bit of yellow on the feet, just to give her a little color, but she's great, so I really love her. And, oops. So those are the couple things that I've had time to make. I haven't really done much sewing in my sewing room, although I did do some projects with my friend, and if I can move all of my stuff. I have a sewing get-together every Thursday, and my friend Marlene comes, and my friend Emma comes. I'm going to move some of this stuff because I got a pile of stuff here from Stash Bash, but I want to show you what I've been doing. So I've got this book, and I've had this book for a while. This is another thing. It says Say It with Quilted Skinnies. This has a whole bunch of different wall hangings in it, and they're really fun. And I decided to make a wall hanging that is a wash and dry. These are really fun. This is applique. Got some heat and bond and traced out the letters in the little clothes and made my own little clothesline, and the little safety pins on the bottom, or safety pins, the little clothespins on the bottom I got from the Dollar Tree. So I just clipped them on my clothesline to make it look really whimsical and cute. I did my letters in some fabric that had some colorful clothespins in them. I don't know if you can see that, but it turned out really great. My background is a gray and white plaid, and my binding is a pink and white plaid. And then the back, I just used muslin. So what I did, after I ironed on my letters, because you use heat and bond, I stitched around all of the letters, all the way around on both sides of my letters. And then I stitched on the outside just to kind of quilt it down. And I did the same thing with my clothes. this is a really fun project. This book I got from Sheets So Creative, my friend Erin, her shop. If you want to check out her shop, shop her books, her fabrics, it's sheetsocreative.com. She also gave me this great t-shirt, which I really love. I don't know if you can read it, but it says, "It's okay to cut people out of your life. Just don't use your fabric scissors." So check out Erin's site on sheetsocreative.com. She would really appreciate it. She has lots of great things, lots of great fabrics, and some pretty good sales. So if you want to check her out. Another thing I also did from Sheets So Creative, and those of you that saw my live video probably saw this. I finally got this finished up. This is a project that me and my friend Marlene and my sister Glenda had did, and it's the little kitty in the wagon with a little flag and a little bee. This was really fun, and this was piecing. And of course, we added some buttons on the cat's eyes and on the wheels, and I binded it in the light blue. Glenda and Marlene did their cats in black because they had black kitties. I did mine in orange because Sparty is an orange cat. This is another pattern that came from Sheets So Creative, and I do have the pattern here, but I don't have it right handy. But if you leave me a comment and you're interested, I'll tell you what it is, and you can shop it online at Erin's Sheets So Creative. It's a wonderful, fun little project for a wall hanger. So another thing that I have here that I finished up, I can get the threads off from it. My sister had talked about a tea kettle towel. This is another one of my creations. I drew this up, and I just sewed on some little red lines on my tea kettle, and I scrunched up a handle, and I put a button on it so you could hang it from your stove. And the little lines, I did stitching on it with my sewing machine just to give it some effect. And then I just took a tea towel and I sewed it into the, well, it's two-sided, so I sewed the towel into the seam, and then I appliqued these little coffee cups on the bottom and stacked them. They were from just a piece of fabric that I had, so it's just another really fun thing to do, and I don't know. So just wanted to share that with you. I'm trying to work on some unfinished projects. My video where I did my humble beginnings of the log cabin quilt, it is finally quilted, although I don't have it binded yet, so I'm working on going to get that done. But I did want to show you, which I should hang it, but I'm just going to kind of give you a peek at it. Let me see if I can get the back to let you see what the back looks like. The back, well, the quilting pattern was called Botanical Garden, and this is a really cool pattern for a quilt, and I really like this because it seemed like it covered all of the strips on here, and it really made a nice design. I used a spearmint green thread, and I used a nice dark green background. So this pattern is really amazing. If you would like to get a quilt quilted with us at Country Farmhouse Quilting, leave me a comment and let me know. I'm really happy with this quilt. It really turned out great, and the Botanical Garden is a really beautiful pattern, but when I get this binded, maybe I can show you the finished product. But those are just some of the things that I've been working on. So next, Stash Bash. Stash Bash yesterday was great. So Friday night we went down and we set everything up, set our tables up, and then yesterday morning we just went down and people were already waiting at the door. I was running a little late, and I got there just before 9 because we opened at 9. We did 9 to 3. But one of the ladies there gave me a book, and this is called Prim and Proper, and it's by Lori Holt. She knows I'm a Lori Holt fan, and she had this book, and she gave it to me, and it has a lot of cool designs in here, and I'll just kind of go with one to show you. This is a really cool book. I haven't seen this book anywhere, so I'm not sure. She must have bought it because it has a retail price on it of $24.95, I think. My eyes aren't that good. But that's a really cool book, so maybe I can try some of them things out of that hopefully soon. Another book. There was lots of books there, and I am a huge book fan. I'm always looking for new and creative ideas. So I picked up this book, and it's called Flannel Quilt. And the cover, you can already see the cover. I love it. These are dogs, and they have the little floppy ears, and I really want to make that. And there is lots of wonderful stuff in this book. Oh, even on the back, there is some hearts, and they are 4-patch, but really cool. So there's a lot of fun things in this book that will be hopefully up and coming. I mean, I've got so much I want to share, but you know, it's just getting to it. I feel like I haven't been sewing in here for 2 weeks, even though I've done little projects and I've finished up some things here and there, but I really took the last couple weeks of getting ready for Stash Bash, and of course we had Easter, and you know, and we had nice weather, you know, we had unseasonably warm weather for April, and I got outside and did some yard work, and you know, and did some cleaning, so yeah, I've been really busy. So another book I found, this is Alex Anderson's Baby Quilts with Love. I really want to get into making some baby quilts, and maybe doing a matching teddy bear with the baby quilt. So this is an idea that I have that I'd like to do and maybe market it somehow. With some of the fabrics from the quilts, I could turn into a bear to go with a baby quilt. They would make wonderful gifts. But there is lots of great ideas in this. And the other book here, if you're wondering about the flannel quilts book, this is by Sandy Bonsib. Sandy Bonsib. So if you're looking for something like this, like I said, might get into more of this later. I'm sure I'm going to have some ideas for quilts in these baby books and flannel quilts. And my friend Erin had this, and I spied this a long time ago. And me and Erin did some swapping. I love you, Erin. You are so good to me. But she had this on the go. I don't know. Let's see. Patchabilities is what this is. And what is on the cover is these stacked up suitcases. And I really love this because in my living room, I have old suitcases, and I have a fetish for old stuff, but I have suitcases, and I have them all stacked up like this in a corner in my living room. And they look really cool, and I just love the vintage look of them. But I love this applique of the stacked suitcases, and I would really like to do something like this on a quilt. This pattern in this book, or this little pamphlet here, is for like a wall hanging. But that's going to be an upcoming thing for me to do on a quilt, and maybe do some other little vintage things. I don't know. My head just spins with ideas sometimes, but I really want to get into that. So another book, this is one of the best books I've picked up there. Erin said she has a whole set of these, but this is Better Homes and Gardens, Quilt Lovers' Favorites from American Patchwork Quilting. There is some good ideas in this book, and there is one quilt in particular, if I can show you real quick, that I really want to make. Actually, there's several in here I would really like to make. There's appliques in here. There's just, my mother-in-law made this, I don't know, it's kind of got triangles, but it makes the circles. I think Jordan Fabrics has a video on that, but there is just lots of really good stuff in here. Ways to use up scrap. Oh, I love this one. This one's called Apple Crisp. I don't know if you can see that, but just really, there's some really cool ideas. But I will get into more of that later when I can do another video, and maybe I'm going to make one of these patterns. They're just going to be really fun. I've spent all night last night just studying everything in those books, but it's going to be great. So, on to some fabric. I found this panel. And I thought this was really fun because I have lots of frog fabric. I don't know if I can hold this up. I've got a quilt on my wall here. We're going to talk about that later because I'm really excited about that. But I'll see if I can kind of put this up and show you this cute little, I don't know. It's not going to work. All right, I'm just going to kind of hold this up. This is the center of it, and it says, "Welcome to my pad," and it's got some matching little squares here, and I think this would make some cute ideas to put together for a fun and whimsical quilt. And I also got a couple yards of this frog fabric, and I thought this would be good to incorporate with this. And I also have some frog fabric of my own. That's why I bought this, because I had some frog fabric for quite some time, a couple of years probably, and I really didn't know what to do with it. And I saw this cute panel, and I'm like, oh my god, that would be so fun. And I love the colors in it because it has all these colorful flowers, so you can really pull out some other colors to go in with this instead of a lot of green. Of course, I'm a green fan, so I think that's going to be a really fun one to play with. Another one I found, this would be great for a baby quilt, or just, I don't know. It has these little rabbits on it, kind of like Peter Rabbit, but just really cute. And I think there's a couple yards of this, so it's just, I pick up what draws me, and I got really good deals on this stuff. Like the books were 50 cents. The panel I got for $3, and the frog fabric I got for $4. I got this awesome, this pink with this green and brown and darker pink. I'm not sure what I want to do with this, but I just love it because it was really pretty. And I think this was a couple of dollars, $2 or $3. I'm not sure, but just really pretty. So, and then I bought several scrap bags, and I know I cleaned out my scrap bin because my scrap bin was overflowing, and I picked out everything that I didn't think I would use, or, you know, I just saved out everything that was my favorite. So I got rid of all my scrap bags, but then I'm buying other people's scrap bags, and it's crazy. But when I got these scrap bags, they weren't really scrap bags, because the only scraps that I got out of the scrap bags was just little bits that I have here, and I really love bits because I'm a peacemaker. But I've got a lot of the fat quarters in those bags, and there's this grunge with the red polka dots. I just love it. And then I got this fabric here that has little sewing spools and pins on it, which was really cute. And that was in another bag. And in another bag, I found a coordinating 2 fabrics that go with it. So that was a real find, because she had like 3 totes, I think, of just nothing but, you know, bags of, you know, pieces of fabric in it. So I just picked up, you know, what I could see. I didn't really go through the bags, but those 3 really go together nice, and the red grunge kind of goes with it too. So I might make something out of that. There was a fat quarter of Christmas fabric, which I really like this. Sweet holiday wishes, happy holidays, joy to the world. I thought they'd make some awesome coasters, or maybe incorporate in a Christmas table runner for my table, which I really love. There was a fat quarter of this apple pie, and it has like the recipes on it. I'm not really sure, but I'm thinking this might go into an apron bib, or maybe pot holders, but I really like the idea of an apron because I love to make aprons. So that was really cool. Here's just like a fabric pink, just a nice background fabric maybe, or something, a lights to go in like half square triangles. So these are really, really cool. That was some gray. These are some cute little strawberries, and I pressed these all up, you know, because when I got home, I took them all out of the bag, and I have to inspect everything, and I press it, and pet it, and fold it, and make my folds all pretty, because I like, when I store my stuff, I like it all folded the same size, so I can just finger through it and find what I like. So another pack of fabric I bought was these fabrics, and I really didn't know what I was getting, except for this one. I put one of mine with it because it goes with it, but I'm going to set that aside and show you what I got. But I really didn't know what it was, but this one here caught my eye because it had like these sewing ladies on it, and it reminds me of my She Who Sews quilt that I did, but this is different fabric, and this is from, I looked it up, it's on the binding here. It is Handmaids. And this is by Quilting Treasures. I love this. My friend Erin, she was eyeballing it too. She's like, oh, that would go in my She Who Sews. And I'm like, yeah, I've already finished my She Who Sews quilt. But I'm like, I'm going to do another one. I don't know. I love these dress forms, and I just love the whimsicalness of it. So I'm really thinking I want to do something with this. But this was all in one bag. And, oops, turn my Erin on here. So that was the ladies. And then I got a piece of black fabric that was in there. And then this is like a, I don't know, like a pink or a peach color, and it has like the patterns on it. And then there is the ladies, and there's like colors and color crayons kind of thing. These all go together. They're the same line. And then I got like the colored blocks, I guess, for different colors. And then there's some of these like chevrons, and these go with it too. These are all the same line, so all the colors go together. And I thought, what a find! And I don't know what I gave for this, but I know it was only a few dollars. So I was tickled to death over this. So I'm really excited to make something out of that. I have a lot of stuff I want to make, you know, in so little time. But that was a true find there. And we got through all those, and we got through the scraps. My friend Erin had these layer cakes, and she was, I don't know what she was getting rid of these for, but we did some trading. But my my last video, I showed you a pillowcase that I made for my sister's adopted little girl, and it was poppy cotton, and it was the same print. It was on this. It has these little girls, and they're holding like chickens and gardening and sewing and whatnot. And I sent the pillowcase to my sister, and she said that her little girl that she wants to adopt really loved it. And I thought maybe for Christmas I should make her a quilt with the poppy cotton and go with her pillowcase, and it would just be really fun, you know, and it's just perfect for a little girl. So that's what I think I'm gonna do with that. So that's gonna be really fun. I've got a whole pile of fat quarters that I've got in those scrap bags too. So I've kind of folded them all up. There's some baby fabric, there's flowers, there is some fall fabrics with like crows on it. I mean, I really had a fun time going through other people's fabrics, but there's just lots of colors. And I like to fold all of my fat quarters in like this, and then I put them in a drawer so that they're up. And then I can just finger through all the colors and look for what I'm looking for. And these are just some lights, you know, like neutrals, background colors for things. I have some great ideas for a lot of this stuff, which I get really excited. You know, I got rid of fabric and I just get more. Here's some more scrap bags that I found. Jelly rolls. They must have been leftovers. These are grunge, and then I re-rolled these, and these are just some scrap grunge I think that went with it. I love the grunge, and I love the plain fabrics because you can incorporate them in a lot of different things. There was a leftover black and whites 2.5 jelly roll. This one was a find. This is all bees, and I think it might have been unrolled, but this I think I got for $1.50. $1.50 for a jelly roll. You know, I was ecstatic. I was like, I told that lady, it's like, I love your table. Oh my goodness. And then I got this one from another table, and this is a brand new jelly roll, and it has they're all the same, but they have different colors and all these pretty little flowers in it, and I just love it. And it kind of goes with that big piece of pink fabric, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this stuff yet, but I've got books and ideas, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun. So, another one I got, I don't remember what I gave for this one either, but this one is filled with squares, and I believe these are 5 or 5.5 inch squares, and some of them are already marked with the lines to like make half square triangles, and there's like prints and planes put together, so I'm thinking, oh, I could make a half square triangle quilt out of this. I have so much fun. It's all set for me to sew. So this was a great find, and also I'm really appreciative of what I found. And then here's a few more scraps that I got from Stash Bash too. So a lot of good fabrics, and I'm so excited to be back in my sewing room and want to get sewing and making some quilts. So now, I told you in my last video I was going to work on the goat quilt. So here she is. She is not fully put together, but I have all of the pieces made. This pinwheel I just put together, and there's a bottom pinwheel that goes to the bottom of the goat here, but I haven't gotten that done. So I just kind of wanted to give you the show of what I've got put together here. So I used all the little baby goats in my background, and of course I have the goat all put together, and I made the eyes in this more round than square that was on the pattern. I didn't really like the pattern. I'm going to make this pattern my own, and I didn't quite have enough of this goat fabric, so I've got a few white pieces that I kind of pieced in here, but that's okay because I have a great idea for this quilt. And I'm not done yet, but I've got a what do you call that? A baby go, where it's one of those die cutters, and I have a flower pattern, and I am going to cut out a whole bunch of flowers, and I am going to put flowers all over around this goat, all over around. I'm going to put some flowers down in here in the white and along the sides, and I even thought about applying a flower halo on her head. This is going to be a really cool quilt, and I can't wait to, you know, get more work done so I can show you, but I'm really excited. It's not a hard pattern to do. I'm going to find my pattern, and I want to tell you that I got this pattern from Erin's Sheets So Creative, and if you want to get this pattern, which I don't have the cover, it's not handy, but this is kind of what she's going to look like, you know, with the pinwheels at the top and the bottom. But I'm going to incorporate a lot of applique flowers on this because I feel like it just needs something, you know. And I love that my goat is all flowers. It's a girl. And I have some exciting news to tell you, too, about goats. But I'm going to get to that. So, anyway, when I get this all, I'm going to leave this in pieces. I'm not going to put them together yet until I can applique on, because I do want to put some appliques maybe on the head. And the headpiece, this is all one piece. And then the body is one piece. The legs is another long piece. And then this part here is all one piece. So if I keep it in pieces, it's going to make it easier for me to applique it. And I don't want to be careful not to get my appliques up where I need to get the seam. But we will continue on with this in my next video, and I will show you more of what I get done with it. It's really going to be exciting because, you know, when you have a pattern, you know, and you don't have enough. I mean, I just took what I had. My friend Erin gave me this baby goat fabric, and it came with this little stripes, the orange. I think I added the yellow. Yes, I added the yellow. And yeah, so, and I had a little bit of this blue. So I had a little bit of scraps, and I didn't quite have enough of this goat fabric, like I said, and I just kind of added in some white. But I'm going to make this, you know, stand out a little bit more than just having a plain goat. Like I said, I changed the eyes. I love how I did a darker blue for the horns. It has the flowers in it, so it's really girly. So I want to tell you a little bit about goats. I have some special news. We're gonna get a baby goat in about 4 to 6 more weeks. Jim's cousin, they have a lot of animals. They have emus, they have goats, they have sheep, they have chickens, and it's amazing. So at Easter weekend, their goat had a baby, and their sheep had babies. I think they got 3 baby sheep up there, and so we went up the other night, and they were just amazing, and I got to meet the baby goat, and I asked a lot of my friends on Facebook, because I didn't know what to name her. She's really cute. I can't remember what kind of goat she is, because she's different, and they said she was on the endangered species list or something. I don't know. I'll have to find out what the name of it is, but anyway. We were trying to think up a name, and a lot of my friends gave me some awesome names, and I just couldn't make up my mind. But a friend of mine threw out the name Gracie, and I'm like, oh my god, I think I love it, you know, because we have Gilbert, and I wanted a name that would kind of flow with Gilbert, so Gilbert and Gracie just kind of go. So, Gracie, I'm hoping that she's going to be a great companion for Gilbert, because Jim wants to separate the chickens out from Gilbert here this summer, because my chickens get out of the pen and they're all over my yard, they get in my gardens, and they just kind of make a mess, and they make a mess in the barn. So we're going to try to build them a better coop and get the chickens, you know, more controlled into one area. And I was like, Gilbert needs a friend, so he said I could have another goat. So I'm really excited. So I'll have to get some pictures up of Gracie the goat. She's probably going to be half the size of Gilbert, and she does, I'm sure she's going to have horns, because her mama has horns, but she's real little, and she's just really cute. So, yeah, no kidding. So anyway, I think that's going to do it for today. So I'm going to get back with you when I get this finished up. I'm going to get some appliques done, and I will come up with some more ideas for some quilts and projects. And I do have a showcase video for you. We have a Lone Star quilt that somebody brought into us, and Jim custom quilted it. It is stunning. It took him a day and a half. It's been over 12 hours to custom quilt this quilt. But we want to show that to you so you can see this amazing quilt. And also I have another friend who did a Florida quilt, and we are going to showcase hers too. So stay tuned for that. So that's going to conclude it for today. So if you like this video, please like and please subscribe, because I have a giveaway that's coming up. As soon as I hit that 2,000 subscriber mark, I'm sure it's coming. I have an upcoming giveaway. It's going to be a quilt. I am still in the makes of getting it finished. I have to get it quilted yet, but it's gonna be great. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. That is gonna be awesome. I guess that'll conclude it for today. So stay tuned. I will chat at you later. Have a great day. Bye.